Lucky Ladybug, coming to you from my special little retreat. And I'm going to talk about the Mario movies, mainly the Galaxy movie. The general consensus seems to be most people on YouTube are complaining and sometimes citing actual flaws with the movie, but they are totally pulling it apart, saying it's junk and trash. And then there's a few that are like, the critics are wrong, this movie is awesome, this is just what people wanted. And then there's a few kind of in between that see some of the flaws or all of the flaws, but feel like that shouldn't mean it's a bad movie. And I fall closer to that last category. Now, I will say I did not like the movie as much as the first movie, but my reasons are something I have not heard people talk about. I haven't actually watched a lot of the videos complaining about it, though. I've read some articles complaining. They all seem to say the same thing about it's a nostalgia fest, it's just advertising all these Nintendo games, and those things are true, and honestly Nostalgia Fest isn't bad, and I had a lot of fun spotting all the little cameos and bigger appearances. I thought Mr. Game & Watch drawn by Luigi was hilarious. But the thing I want to talk about, what I did not like in the Galaxy movie, I think that it did Bowser dirty. And Bowser Jr. also. And here's why. I think that, their whole big plan was, we want to get this big, huge doomsday device set up and destroy everything. And now that doesn't sound like the Bowser I know in the games. He totally wants to conquer things, but he's smart enough to know that if he freaking destroys everything, who's there to rule over? I mean, he's more like Dr. Eggman. Eggman knows that conquering is the more logical thing to do, not destroying planets and junk like that. I mean, why? Just why did they make that writing choice? That is so strange to me, because we see repeatedly in the games that Bowser will fight against people that just want to destroy everything. And that happens a lot in the RPG games, but I want to say that it happened in some of the mainline games too. I'm not sure though, because mainline games are usually, let's all fight Bowser because he's trying to conquer everything again. But yeah, I mean, this whole idea that he wants to destroy things is just so not the Bowser I know. And I will admit, of course, the movies are their own thing, and so if their take on Bowser is he is the type that's going to destroy things and not just conquer, then, that's their choice, that's their verse. It's different than the games, but, if that's their choice, then okay. But I really question why they want to portray him that way. I mean, is it a conscious choice to do him differently from the games, or do they not understand the character and think that he does just want to destroy everything in the games? Because it's not really true. So, honestly, for the first part of the movie, it really looks like he's pretending to be good. And that's what I honestly thought, probably all the way up until he's talking to Bowser Jr. and doesn't want Mario and Luigi killed. And, Bowser Jr. being this little child psycho is pretty creepy too. That's not a trope I like. And that's not really how he is in the games either. He's a brat and he's spoiled and he wants to help his dad. He idolizes his dad, but he's not trying to kill everybody either. He wants to fight them, but I don't know, I just really question their choice to make those two want to destroy everything. And of course, you could certainly say Bowser's probably trying to at least kill Mario because of all the traps he sets up in the games. Like, I saw one person defending him once being like, oh, well, he doesn't really want to kill Mario because he knows Mario's going to make it through all the traps. So I'm not sure that he thinks that, honestly. Unless that's something he actually has said in canon, it does look like he at least does want to try to kill Mario and anybody actively trying to stop him. But I mean, that's still different from trying to blow up planets. So, I don't know, it was just a very strange narration writing choice to me, why they would do that with him. I really don't get that one. But, like, once I realized that he really had been kind of having a redemption arc, he really was showing his better side in the movie, then it was, well, that's another layer of big time disappointment then, to have him suddenly flip back to wanting to destroy everything. And like, I did see someone defending that too, and what they said made sense, that well, since he was so worried about Bowser Jr. accepting him, once he sees Bowser Jr. idolizes him and has even fulfilled their dream and built all this whole planet for them, then he goes back to aligning with Bowser Jr. And I will admit that does make sense, but it was disappointing still to see him just flip completely back once I realized that he really had been trying to be good. I even sacrificed his freedom to let Mario and Luigi go when they were trapped on the, was it Honey Hive Galaxy? Once I realized that was real and, you know, not just him pretending, then that was a pretty powerful scene. And it's kind of disappointing to have that all get undone. And I really hoped that maybe they would have it that once we get to the climax and everything's really going down and he realizes his son is actually trying to kill people, maybe that he would start being like, maybe I don't want this, maybe I don't want my son to be this way. And of course that isn't what happened. And then I feel like they did Bowser dirty again by leaning into the dry bones thing and not fixing it, you know, because that does happen in canon where he gets the dry bones treatment, but it is fixed. And I had thought maybe when the world got repaired and all green and everything that he would be fixed too, and that didn't happen. And Kamek didn't fix it, and Bowser Jr. didn't fix it. He couldn't. He would have if he could have, you know that. But I mean, like, the writing didn't allow that to happen, and so it ends still with him in that state, and they apparently don't even have all of his bones, so that's kind of gross and awful and not really how I wanted things to be for him. Like, I wasn't terribly happy that the first movie ended with him humiliated and shrunk, but, you know, compared to what happened at the end of the second movie, that's nothing, you know. Give me the first resolution any day. Now, I will say, though, I did find the bonus scene really funny, where Luma Lee is now the prison guard, and they are verbally torturing Bowser and Bowser Jr. That was kind of delicious, because they'd been Bowser's prisoner in the first movie, and so now they get to kind of dish it back to him. It was funny, and it was a lot funnier hearing Luma Lee scare Bowser and Bowser Jr. than for them to scare Luigi. So I thought that scene was funny. I thought it was great. And but I was not happy with the dry Bowser thing. I did not like that they did that and then didn't fix it. And makes me wonder what they're gonna do for the third movie that most likely will be happening. Like, is a big part of it going to be getting the rest of him back together? Or, well, maybe, hopefully, maybe it just starts with, say, Kamek bringing the rest of the bones and then fixing him right then. So that would be much better. I certainly hope they are going to address the problem and fix it and not leave him that way. Even if, say, they shift to having a different main villain, like some people wonder. Like maybe even bring in Wario and do a Super Mario Land thing with Daisy. Even if they do that, you know, I really hope they don't just leave Bowser in prison the way he is. I hope they at least fix him, because that's just awful. And I don't want to think that that's the way things are going to be for him forever now in the movieverse. That was probably my biggest disappointment of the movie. Was I felt like it just did Bowser dirty all the way through. And like I say, I have not watched the most of the other complainers. I don't know if that's something they complain about. I know from reading the comments on some of their videos, it seems like mostly probably they were just saying it's a nostalgia fest. It's just a bunch of random scenes together. It doesn't have a cohesive story. Maybe a few of them were complaining because Rosalina didn't have much screen time, and that was too bad. But I mean, she did get to be pretty awesome at the beginning, you know. She had some really great scenes there, and so I thought she had pretty good screen time. And honestly, I don't think that Fox McCloud had more screen time than her, like everyone's saying. He was in it so much more than her, but I don't know. I didn't feel like he had that much screen time. He had like a couple of big scenes, but then he was mostly in the background again. And you know, it was Mario's and Luigi's and Peach's movie, and they were carrying it mostly. Fox really was a supporting character, and I did not think he had more screen time than Rosalina. And if he did, I don't think it was by much. But yeah, so I don't really understand that complaint. But I do understand being frustrated about Rosalina being sidelined for a lot of the movie. And I'm hoping that maybe she'll be in the next movie too and have more to do. And I felt kind of sad that we didn't see Donkey Kong too much in the movie, but I was thrilled he got a cameo, and he was in New York, so that was pretty cool. So the portals are alive and well, and people can pass back and forth between them. That's really neat. I really like that about the movies. And so yeah, I'm hoping that if there is a third movie, that these concerns will be taken care of, and that Bowser will be treated a little better, at least to fix the dry bones thing and not do even worse to him. I don't know if it could get worse, but I don't want to know, honestly. Just fix him and then let him be normal, even if they sideline him for another villain. Or do something really cool and take a page from the RPGs and let Bowser help destroy a new threat. You know, that would be really neat. And just have things end more satisfying for everybody. Now, as you can see, I have the Build-A-Bear Bowser because they brought back their Mario collection. I was hoping they would for the new movie, and I was foolish and didn't get Bowser the last time he was around, so this time I was determined I was going to get him. I'll probably get Yoshi too. He's an online exclusive for some reason. I don't know why those are the only two plush and the rest of the collection is just costumes, but yeah. So I was definitely going to get Bowser this time. Went and grabbed him. Was just lucky that they sent that email the very day I was going out, so I grabbed him. And yeah, so I just wanted to make this video and give my thoughts about the Galaxy movie. I thought it was honestly a blast, and I was asked what I would rate it as, and I said I would rate it as a 7 out of 10. The first movie I would give a 10. Honestly, the movie is not bad. It's certainly not for everybody. It's for people that enjoy the nostalgia fest and the references to other games, and people that, you know, aren't looking for a really deep story. They're looking for a fun movie. I just wish that Bowser and Bowser Jr. had been handled a little better. That's my main thing, because I was okay with the movie, even up to like everything until they did the dry bones thing and didn't fix it, and that was kind of what bonked it down to a 7 for me. If they had even fixed it, then I would probably rate it as an 8 or a 9, even though I still felt they did him dirty by wanting to destroy things. But I did not like the dry bones thing at all. So that is my analysis of the movie. And honestly, I thought it was fun, and I hope that we will get a third one. And I hope that things will go better for Bowser in that movie, if and when it happens. And this is Lucky Ladybug. Thanks for watching.